This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and of course I'm going to do a video about the Game Awards. Why not? We're all going to talk about the Game Awards. It's one of the few big events that are put out there as award shows. You have the BAFTAs, of course, in Europe, but for here, the Game Awards is now the thing. Since Jeff Keighley took it over, everybody pretty much, pays it attention. Now, of course, I'm not big on award shows. Never have been. But it's always interesting to see what's nominated in gaming. And I tend to like to watch this simply because of the trailers. I think a lot of us actually like to watch this because of the trailers. I honestly think that the games itself tend to come in second as far as the nominees and stuff like that, because we're all going to debate on what we think is best. On podcasts, we'll watch other people talk about it on websites, things like that. There's never going to be a consensus. Best game, best shooter, best adventure game, because gaming has such a wide scope. You have so many different platforms to game on these days, and different genres within genres, that it's hard to nail it down. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water really quick, because I had started this video before, and then I got kind of confused because the Game Awards are happening on Thursday, December 1st. But I was looking for the time, and it was like, they don't have a time listed. And then I looked on the homepage again, and I was like, there's a damn clock with a countdown. At current time, it says 4 days, 7 hours, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So you have to translate that into basically coming on at 7 p.m. Eastern, from what it looks like. It's in Los Angeles, so that'll be about 4 in the afternoon there. So, if you want to watch the show, that's when you should probably tune in. Adjust according to your time zone. Like if you guys are over there in Western Union, then that would end up being, sadly, at midnight, which sucks because it's on a Thursday. I remember it being on a weekend last year. Why is it on a Thursday this year? I guess Jeff Keighley felt like that would be the better day and time. And now I think of it, he probably didn't want to conflict with PlayStation Experience. I just realized that too, because PlayStation Experience is also this coming week, which I'll discuss in a separate video. But just wanted to go over some of the nominees. I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to try to go over them as quickly as I can. Actually, we're going to try to do all of them and see how we're going to go. So starting from the bottom, we have the most anticipated game, which kind of amused me in a way, because first thing on the list is God of War. I don't know if you should put games that are not, you don't even know when they're coming. Like everything else on this list, you have God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect Andromeda, Red Dead Redemption, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Out of those 5 games, God of War is the only one that you have no clue as to when the time frame is that it's going to release. We know Horizon Zero Dawn is coming early next year. Same thing with Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, I guess you could say Legend of Zelda is kind of an unknown, because you assume that with the Switch coming out early next year, this game will be one of its launch titles. And we know Red Dead is coming in fall 2017. But even when they announced God of War, the director of the game, Cory Barlog, said, don't expect it anytime soon. We don't have a date. We're working on it. He didn't commit to any time frame. So take that how you want. As far as what I think would end up winning, I think Mass Effect will win. Red Dead being a strong second, and of course God of War being in the mix with Zelda. But Mass Effect will probably win. Best fan creation. So these are mods, which is funny because a couple of well, not mods, but these are games either people created or mods. I think some of them might be mods as well. But a couple of games were taken down because Nintendo was like, you're using our properties. How are you going to be profiting off of this? Which I'm sure a lot of people are upset about. But at the same time, hey, that's the way you have to do things. You have to protect your legal property. So there's only 2 on this list, and you have Brutal Doom 64 and Enderal the Shards of Order. I have no idea about either, so moving on. Trending Gamer, which is such a weird thing. So you have Angry Joe, you have Boogie2988, Danny O'Dwyer, Jacksepticeye, and Lyric. It's funny because Danny O'Dwyer he's a writer. I forget who he writes for. I'm not familiar with Jacksepticeye. I'm sorry if that offends some people. Lyric, I've heard of him on Twitch. Not really a big fan. Angry Joe, he's okay. He's cool. He's entertaining with his over the topness. As far as his opinions, I'm like, I believe you're just being more theatrical than giving us your honest opinion in a lot of cases. But I mean, he's entertaining, and Boogie's entertaining too. Don't really care about this, so moving on. Best esports game. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Overwatch, Street Fighter 5. Surprised they put Street Fighter 5 on here, although, hey, the fighting game scene is big. Is for all the flack that Street Fighter 5 has gotten, it's the game on the scene, and people, they still hold tournaments and make a lot of money in these tournaments off of them. Dota and League of Legends will probably forever be on here. Same thing with Counter-Strike, because those are games that they're just not going to stop supporting. I don't think Overwatch will win. I don't think Street Fighter will win because they're the new guys on the block, although with the overwhelming support that Overwatch gets right now, it may win because it's riding the huge hype train. But I think League or Dota is going to pretty much take it. Best esports team, don't know any of these, but I'll just name them. SK Telecom T1, okay. Wings Gaming, SK Gaming, Rocks Tigers, Cloud9. Let me see. It says a couple of them, Dota, League, and that's why I don't know. Dota, League of Legends are for the most part the games that these teams play. I don't watch that esports wise. I'm sorry. Best esports player, Faker from SK Telecom, Code Zero from SK Gaming. Sorry, I don't want to butcher this guy's name. I will also put the link to the nominees in the description. But he plays StarCraft 2. Infiltration, Hungry Box. Okay. I do find it very interesting that these guys do get recognition like this, because it's become a big scene. It's becoming a bigger scene, the whole esports thing. Best multiplayer. Now we're starting to get into territory that I'm more familiar with. Best multiplayer, Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Overcooked, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Titanfall 2. Surprised Titanfall 2 is on this list, but I am happy it's on this list because Titanfall 2 is a really good game. I know everybody's a little pissed at EA because they put it in between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Speaking of which, I'm pleased that they didn't just throw Call of Duty on here, which means that it's a pretty strong year for multiplayer games this year. The fact that we don't see a Call of Duty game just thrown on there because They need to put a multiplayer on there. Overcooked I'm not familiar with, but I hear good things about. Gears I have not played. I may be playing that soon, so we'll see. For me, like personally, this is kind of tough because you have 3 multiplayer games on here that I've played that I really enjoy: Battlefield 1, Overwatch, and Titanfall 2. I think Overwatch is gonna win. If I had to choose right now, like for me personally, I probably would say Battlefield 1 because I'm just addicted to that game right now. But I think Overwatch is gonna end up winning. Best sports racing game: FIFA 17, Forza Horizon 3, MLB The Show 16, NBA 2K 17, Pro Evolutionary Soccer 2017. 2 games on this list are probably just thrown on here to fill out the list. That would be NBA 2K and FIFA. They're going to always be on that list because they're always solid games and they're well-known sports games. Forza 3, I hear great things about. MLB The Show is, of course, my personal favorite because I feel like that franchise is the best simulation sports game around, bar none. It seems to get it more than any other franchise. Pro Evolutionary Soccer, however, is another solid one. They have made themselves serious competition in my eyes with FIFA. Because if you want a more realistic soccer experience, you're probably going to want to play Pro Evolutionary Soccer, to be quite honest. But the winner of this one's probably going to be Forza. Forza has gotten lots of accolades since its release. Best strategy game: Civilization 6, Fire Emblem Fate, The Banner Saga 2, Total War, Warhammer, XCOM 2. Really solid games. For this, I'm going to go with Civ 6. The scope of that experience, I think, is what's going to eclipse the other game. On the other games on this list. Best family game: Dragon Quest Builders, Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, Pokemon Go, Ratchet and Clank, Skylanders, Imaginators. It's funny because you could move Ratchet and Clank in probably another category, not just the best family game. Jeez, they're not gonna pick Pokemon Go. I know a lot of people probably think they will, but Pokemon Go, I think the judges are gonna be like, yeah, it was a cute fad, but yeah. I think it actually might be Ratchet and Clank for best family game right now. Best fighting game. This is so weird because Killer Instinct in its 3rd season, a game that's been around for 3 years, is on there, and it should be because it's hell of a damn game. They have done a great job of supporting that game. King of Fighters 14, which pretty cool. Pokken Tournament, don't know how that is. And Street Fighter 5, which again, like I said, it's had so much drama behind it, been much maligned. I hear as a fighting game, it's solid, but the fact that it's missed so much content is going to sour it on a lot of people, no matter how solid the gameplay, like its core gameplay is. I will say that the winner is gonna be, from what I know and what I've heard, Pokken Tournament. I would like to see King of Fighters win because I think that's a cool game, and Killer Instinct should always be on this list as long as they keep supporting it the way they are. But I'll say Pokken Tournament. Best role playing game: Dark Souls 3, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, which kind of weird because this is an expansion pack, but okay. Same thing with World of Warcraft Legion and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yeesh. Dark Souls 3, I think I'll go with on this one. Best action adventure game. Okay, so here's where I probably get called out for being a fanboy because I love the franchise, but you have Dishonored 2, Hitman, Hyper Light Drifter, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted 4. I think Uncharted 4 is going to win. This is not to dismiss any other games. This is not to play favorites because I love the Uncharted franchise. But I think its story is going to carry it through. It did a really good, solid job. I think out of everything on this list, the game to beat it is Dishonored 2. And it wouldn't surprise me if it did beat it. Best action game: Battlefield 1, Doom, Gears of War 4, Overwatch, Titanfall. I find it weird that Overwatch is put on as the best action game. Very strange. It's very, very, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, because Battlefield 1 makes sense since it does have this story component to qualify it. Not sure about Overwatch though. I think Doom is going to win this because that fucking game came out of nowhere and impressed everybody. Mind you, not dismissing Gears, Battlefield, or Titanfall 2, which is another game that came out of nowhere and its story impressed a lot of people. But Doom was just wow. Like, I think Doom hit a lot of marks with a lot of older and newer gamers. I think that's what's going to carry Doom through. Best VR game. Yep, we're here, people. This is what's going to happen. Batman Arkham VR, Valkyrie, Job Simulator, Res Infinite, Thumper. I say Thumper only because I hear a lot of people rage about that game, but I've never touched the VR system, so I don't know. Best mobile handheld game: Clash Royale, Fire Emblem Fates, Monster Hunter Generations, Pokemon Go, Severed. I still don't think Pokemon Go is going to win. So I don't know what out here will get it. And I hear people talk a lot of shit about Clash Royale, so that's probably not going to get it. Who cares? I'm not focused on mobile games that much, I guess. Yeah, so you guys take your pick. Best independent game: Firewatch, Hyper Light Drifter, Inside, Stardew Valley, The Witness. Personally, so I would say Stardew Valley. Love that game. Hyper Light Drifter, cool ass game too, but I think Inside's gonna get it, and I don't think that's the only award Inside's gonna get. Games for Impact award. Now, it's funny because I think there's a game that should be on here, which is Mafia 3. I think Mafia 3 has a good social impact in showing a bit of history. Just like you have 1979 Revolution, which I'm assuming is set back in that era. Or they wouldn't call it 1979. So why wouldn't Mafia 3? I think its story, the way they told it, and the way they presented the times and the environment have an impact. Personally, I think it has even more of an impact because of what's going on now, because it has some reflections on some things that people are trying to creep back into society. So, but it's neither here or there. If I had to pick, I'd say that Dragon Cancer. I thought that was a very, very smart idea. I won't say what it's about because, I mean, the title kind of tells you what it's about, but no details beyond that. Just know that I thought that was a very profound, thoughtful concept to put out. So I go with that Dragon Cancer. Oh, let me read the nominees just really quick. It's 1979 Revolution, Block Hood, Orwell, Sea Hero Quest, and that Dragon Cancer. And that's what I picked for that award. Best Performance: Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay. Did a hell of a job. Cissy Jones as Delilah, Firewatch. Emily Rose as Elena, Uncharted. Nolan North as Nathan Drake, Uncharted. Rich Sommer as Henry, Firewatch. Troy Baker as Sam Drake, Uncharted. They could take Troy Baker off this. I mean, he was cool as Sam, but no. And I loved the story they had between Elena and Nathan Drake. I guess I gotta go with Lincoln Clay. Dude did a hell of a job of in that role. He really did. He great job. Right there. Best music, sound design. We are coming into the stretch, people. Battlefield 1, Doom, Inside, Res Infinite, Thumper. Probably Res. Although, no, Doom. Doom. Oh my god. Fucking, yeah, Doom. Gotta go with Doom. It captured the atmosphere like crazy. Although Battlefield does a good job too. I gotta go with Doom. Best art direction. Abzu, Firewatch, Inside, Overwatch. Abzu. I like that art style very much. Inside, I get why it's on there, but I feel like it's just too akin to their other game that I can't think of the name right now. Best narrative, Firewatch, Inside, Mafia 3, Oxenfree, Uncharted 4. Now, as much as I love the story in Uncharted 4, Mafia did the best job of making a narrative. The way that they did it in the like flashback style. If you've never seen it or played it, go to YouTube and look at how they tell the story, where they, do it between in-game and then they do these like documentary style scenes where they'll talk to certain people who were investigating the whole story or had a hand in what was going on, like New Lincoln, things like that. Phenomenal storytelling. Hangar 13, kudos to you on how you did that. Best studio game direction, Blizzard, DICE, ID Software, Naughty Dog, Respawn. Woo, interesting. Man, they're making it. That's a tough choice. That's too close to call. Any one of those should get it because they all did fantastic job this year with their games. I'll just say it, and I don't know why I said ID Soft at first. And lastly, Game of the Year, we have Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall, Uncharted 4, Thief's End. It's going to be Inside. I think Inside's going to win because a lot of people rated that high. People loved Uncharted and thought that was great, but I know people had complaints with the Uncharted style of play. Titanfall 2 was like that, and Doom, they were very big surprises, very big fresh breath of air for people. But in Overwatch, it's hugely celebrated, but Inside, I think, is just going to be that game that people latch on for this award. So those are the awards. You guys feel free to go to the link, check, and see what you think. Gonna be interested to see what wins. But again, like I said, I think a lot of us kind of latch on to these awards to see the trailers, because there should be some interesting reveal trailers coming out this year, and I can't wait to see what's the new stuff. We know that there's going to be a new Walking Dead game next month, so count on seeing the Walking Dead trailer there. But yeah, I'd like to see what's going to be shown there. But anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up, let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.